ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
A new study released today is raising concerns about the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine's effectiveness against the highly contagious Delta variant. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano looked at the study and spoke to a patient struggling with side effects after receiving the J&J shot.
One shot and you're done. That was the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine's allure. But one ABC 10 News viewer who wished to remain anonymous says she regrets getting the J&J shot.
I used to do cycling, yoga, Pilates, hiking, walking, and now I cannot do any of that.
Our viewer is a 50-year-old, otherwise healthy San Diego woman who suddenly experienced numbness and tingling in her left leg about a week after getting the J&J shot on April 7th. She also says her menstrual cycle suddenly stopped. Still in a lot of pain and no periods, she recently got an ultrasound to check for blood clots, but haven't got the results yet. Now, a new study that looked at blood samples for patients showed that the J&J vaccine was on average about 7 times weaker against the Delta variant than the original strain compared to the double-dose Pfizer and Moderna. With this and her side effects combined, our viewer says she is upset she did not have a choice.
People should have the right to choose which one to take. And if you have an issue, the doctor should report that to the company.
But scientists say don't let this one study change your view about the vaccine. Other studies show that J&J is just as effective. It just may take a while to reach its maximum efficacy.
It may mean that the investigators didn't look at a far enough time point to really show higher levels of neutralizing antibodies, which may be present. Just like wine, it may get better with age.
The new study suggests a possible booster shot may do the trick. Our viewer says never again.
Would you get the Johnson & Johnson booster shot, or would you get another one?
No way. I had enough with the first one. No with Johnson & Johnson.
Rena Nakano, ABC 10 News.
Doctors who see patients with side effects from any of the COVID vaccines must report it to the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, which is co-managed by the CDC and the FDA.
Thousands of Sweetwater Union High School District students return to the classroom tomorrow, roughly a year and 5 months after the pandemic forced schools to transition to distance learning. The South Bay was one of the hardest hit by the pandemic. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo shows us what students and parents can expect tomorrow.
Students and staff will be required to wear masks indoors at all times, regardless of their vaccine status. Outdoors, a mask is not required, but is encouraged.
We all feel like we're part of history, right? History in the making here. It's not your typical first day back at school like every other year.
Wednesday morning, high school students will wake up early and for the first time in over a year, head to a classroom instead of a computer screen.
I'm kind of nervous, but to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to this.
The Sweetwater Union High School District is one of the first to return to full-time in-person learning since the pandemic started. District officials say they've done a number of things to ensure student and staff safety once they are back on campus, like installing air purifiers, signage to remind of hand washing and mask use, and providing necessary PPE.
We also have all classrooms equipped with hand sanitizer, materials to wipe down desks.
Dr. Maribel Gavin is the principal at Sweetwater High. She says she's confident it's safe for students to return, with a focus back on education and help for anyone that might have struggled learning at home.
After school tutoring, Saturday school, where we provide tutoring, provide that extra support. We have our credit recovery.
The district superintendent says a majority of students are coming back, with roughly 300 opting for an online learning model. A district coming back from a pandemic, a new superintendent trying to bounce back from years of financial troubles.
And have arrived at a point of fiscal stability. Obviously with the need to continue to be prudent in how we move forward.
In Chula Vista, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Tomorrow is also the first day of school for the Chula Vista Elementary School District. The California State Superintendent will be in town visiting Camarena Elementary School to help welcome students back and hear about ongoing safety measures. And here are San Diego County's latest COVID numbers. There were 530 new cases reported today. There have been more than 288,000 in total since the pandemic began.
The man who opened fire inside the Chabad of Poway is headed to prison for the rest of his life. This morning, John Ernest pleaded guilty to killing Lori Kay and shooting 3 others inside the synagogue 2 years ago. Our ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco shows us why Ernest could still face the death penalty.
You will, well, not essentially, you will be in prison the rest of your natural life. Do you understand that?
Yes.
John Ernest seemed unfazed as the judge told the 22-year-old he would spend the rest of his life in prison. Surveillance video captures the moments the former Cal State San Marcos student stormed into the Chabad of Poway armed with a rifle. Dozens of people, including children, were inside the synagogue celebrating the final day of Passover. Mayor Steve Voss says it is a day the community will never forget.
I really don't think there's any such thing as justice unless you could turn the clock back.
Lori Gilbert Kay was inside the lobby. She was killed when she jumped between the shooter and the rabbi. Rabbi Israel Goldstein was shot in both hands.
Our hearts are with Lori Kay's family now and always. We will never forget this, and we continue to stand with our Jewish brothers and sisters.
A little girl and her uncle were also wounded. John Ernest was chased out by congregants, drove a short distance away, then called police, told them his location, and expressed hatred for his victims.
That the Jewish people are destroying the white race. They have been for a long time and no one's doing anything about it. Something has to be done.
Ernest pleaded guilty to all the state charges against him, including the arson of a mosque in Escondido. In June, he entered a conditional plea agreement for the federal charges against him. The DA says under the state's double jeopardy clause, this could have posed problems for the state's case.
If he had pled in federal court first, there would be a motion from the defense to dismiss the state court proceedings and all the counts and allegations in its entirety under double jeopardy.
Federal prosecutors have until August 30th to announce whether they'll seek the death penalty in their case. In Poway, Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
No one from the synagogue wanted to comment about today's plea. Family members may speak when Ernest is sentenced on the state charges in September.
And police have made an arrest from yesterday's shooting in the gas lamp area. They say Jose Jonathan Garcia was fatally shot by Lord Gabriel. Investigators say the two may have gotten into an argument about 2 a.m. when it became physical. Several people began fighting, but it's unclear whether Garcia was involved. Police say Gabriel fired several shots and hit Garcia before taking off. By the time officers arrived, they took Garcia to the hospital, but he died from his injuries. Gabriel was arrested yesterday evening in Tucson, Arizona.
The couple who sparked a wildfire last year with their gender reveal party is now being charged. The two are facing several felonies as well as involuntary manslaughter. The El Dorado fire killed firefighter and San Diego native Charles Morton. 13 others were injured and multiple homes were damaged or destroyed by the blaze. That fire took 2 months to put out and burn more than 22,000 acres. The couple pleaded not guilty to those charges. They will be back in court this September.
The Justice Department charged one of former President Trump's allies. Tom Barak is charged with acting as an agent of the United Arab Emirates. The Justice Department says the 74-year-old Californian allegedly took actions in the U.S. that would boost the interests of the UAE. He's also charged with obstruction of justice and making false statements to federal law enforcement agents.
A judge in Arkansas has temporarily blocked the state's near-total abortion ban from going into effect while an ACLU lawsuit moves forward. That ban was scheduled to take effect on July 28. The ACLU says the law would have banned abortion in nearly every case and imposed stiff criminal penalties on doctors for providing care. The group says Arkansas's abortion ban is just as unconstitutional as other bans that have been struck down in 5 other states.
It seems that President Joe Biden's infrastructure bill has hit another snag. Republican senators say they'll not vote in favor of pushing the bill forward tomorrow until all of the details are finalized. Last month, the president and a group of bipartisan senators struck a deal on the $1.3 trillion bill. However, the two parties are still hammering out the last-minute details before drafting the legislation. Lawmakers say the goal is to advance the measure by early next week.
A 93-year-old is dead after getting into a head-on crash in Mission Valley. That driver happened to collide with another 93-year-old driver just this afternoon. This happened at the 3200 block of Camino del Rio North. One of the drivers got trapped inside their vehicle and died at the scene. The other person was transported to a local hospital.